Hey guys, this is Chester. Welcome back to the Log is the Man YouTube channel. And today I would like to talk about the Snyder Cut Twitter campaign that was organized on the 22nd of April of this year. And for those who do not know or are not up to speed with what is going on, it's basically a Twitter campaign to show our support for the Snyder Cut, and it was a global movement. Many fans across the world from many different countries have participated in this campaign, and it is such a delight to see such a movement going on. And what we did was we recorded ourselves talking about telling Warner Brothers basically what we want, and what we want is the Snyder Cut. And it's just a very simple video telling our name, where we come from, and that we want a Snyder Cut. And Chris Wong Swenson really, and Dave the Film Junkie, Film Gob, Landon 28, 14, Totally Random, all have really pushed the movement greatly. The good thing about it is that our movement has gained a lot of traction online. A lot of websites covered our movement, and it was great. It was just great. And if you haven't checked out Casual Batman, please go and check it out. Really, go and check out Casual Batman. Google Casual Batman, or you can go to YouTube or Twitter. Just type in Casual Batman. It's by Dave the Film Junkie, and I think it was very funny and creative of him to do it in that fashion. Through this movement, I found out there are Malaysians, besides me of course, who are in this movement, and it's great to interact with them, to know, like to interact with one another, and it's just so fun, because in the end you feel that actually I'm not alone, I'm not the only Malaysian. And afterwards you get to see more and more replies on Twitter, and then only you realize, okay, actually there are more Malaysians, because I'm a Malaysian myself. For those who do not know, I do not know how many Malaysians are there who are supporting this movement. Maybe there are more Malaysians, I don't know. So far I only met a few on Twitter. I hope more Malaysians support this movement, because this movement is not just about us wanting the movie, like what I've said in my Twitter video, in the Twitter campaign. If you haven't checked out my video, I'll put a link in the description, and you can click on the link and check out my take on the Release the Snyder Cut Twitter campaign. Basically what I said was, it is not just us wanting the movie, it's also to protect the vision of the director. And it's not just Zack Snyder, it's also about other directors, upcoming directors, and it's about protecting their vision. It's about protecting the actors' performances. It is also preserving the artistic, the creativity of the director. It's not just about studio's vision, it's not just about studio executives view on things, because most of the time, if you give the studio to come out with a script or anything, it will be more business driven, business oriented, where you get less on the creativity and originality. You get more on like, what does the mainstream people like? Let's just do a movie like that. Let's just put this in. What people like, we put this in. If people like this, let's just put this in as well. So at the end of the day, you get the idea. So it's all about protecting them. And it is also to make sure that we have a variety of movies, right? Not just one type of movie. I read this comment on Facebook just now. It is a comment in Avengers Endgame in a post about Avengers Endgame. He's saying that movies nowadays have to be like what Marvel is doing, right? That's the hype, that's the trend, that's what it is. That's the direction that he thinks that movies should go nowadays. But he is still respectful of other types of movies. And I think that's healthy. We need the different varieties in movies, and not just in movies, in music as well. We need different style, different content. Let's not try to make things like, if it's not Marvel style, then the movie is shit. I think that's a very bad way to look at things, because who's to say that a movie that is not Marvel is bad? It might not be what you like, but that doesn't mean a movie is shit. What I'm trying to say is that movies recently have suffered because if they do not follow the Marvel trend, they will not be successful, or they are at a risk. Studio fear that risk. They do not like to have that sort of risk. They rather they rather jump on the hype train, on the bandwagon, in the Marvel bandwagon, and let's do something like this because the formula works. And I get it from a business standpoint that if it works, generally speaking, it might apply to other movies. But then again, as from an audience perspective, I don't get much of a variety. Everything I see nowadays is like, okay, you know what? This movie is the same as that movie, just with different characters, and maybe the story is a little bit different, but the style, everything is the same. It's like when you watch a certain part, you know that after that they're gonna crack a joke, and most of the time it's gonna be a shit ass lame cringy joke, and that's the part where I don't like, that every movie has to throw in some cringy joke just for cheap laughs. Like Justice League was being infected by the Marvel, I wouldn't call it disease, but the Marvel influence. How so? Just watch Batman v Superman, just watch Man of Steel, and watch Suicide Squad and Justice League. You can see the stark difference, between those movies. And I'm not dissing Marvel in a way that like, oh, that movie is shit. No, their movies, I would say, for me personally, it's a personal preference, to be honest. So I hope people do not bash me too much here. What I'm trying to say is that I like the Marvel movies. I like the first Iron Man, first Captain America. I think I kind of like it. Second Captain America was where I felt that, okay, some parts of the movie is good and are good, but this is my own opinion, of course. So the whole movie builds up to the battle, right, at the hangar. So I was like, okay, they're gonna finally battle it out. But when they fight, they are cracking jokes here and there. I was like, what the F is going on right now, right? You build up to this fight where it's supposed to be serious, and then you're just fighting around, joking around. So as a viewer, I was like, okay. But Infinity War, I have to give it to Infinity War. Okay, Infinity War, for me, I thought it was a good movie. All right, I'm a DC guy. Let me get that out first. I'm a DC guy, but I love having a variety of superhero movies, right? That doesn't mean that I'm a DC guy, that I have to say that everything DC has done is good, or everything Marvel done is shit. No, I will not go down that road, man. I really want different varieties. We are so lucky that we are living in an era that we get to see all of these superheroes coming out from the comic books into the big live screen, the big screen, and so I love it. Like, for example, Logan is from Marvel, it's by Fox. that movie was great. That movie was great. I adore the movie, man. Now, of course, Marvel's movie. It's not to say that if I don't like it, doesn't mean that it's a shit movie. It might be catered to another set of audience, right? Like younger kids, and I get it, right? Just that my gripe is that studios always want to make other movies look like Marvel, or have that sort of Marvel taste to it. If you go into a cinema to watch a Marvel movie, I think you can easily expect the movie to have this amount of jokes inside of it. And what kind of jokes? For me, this is my own preference, that I prefer a movie that has lesser jokes, because it's not a comedy, right? Not every movie has to be a comedy, right? Like for example, Marvel's Phase 2, like Iron Man 2, Iron Man, I can't remember which one, 2, 3, Thor 2 and 3, I thought it was garbage. Thor 3, I didn't like the movie at all, because it is so different from the Thor that we get before. It was a comedy movie. I didn't like it. Not to say I don't like comedy. I love comedy movies. Just that it to depart so differently from the previous movies, just I was put off. I mean, if you look at things, take a step back and look at things, you realize that most of their movies, or if not all of them, have almost the same plot, just with different characters inside, but almost have the same tone to each movie. Now I get it, they want to have continuity, so you feel that each movie is very connected to one another, but basically it's more or less the same structure. So I feel that there's lack of this sort of originality and creativity from there, and because of that, people are so used to that. Like, okay, it's such an easy, fun-going movie. Once DC come out with a movie that is darker, that explores the characters, deconstruct the character and start to see things from his perspective, and from how society views the character, and not to say that it's a complex movie for your brain, but compared to Marvel, yes, it is a more, it is a deeper movie. But a lot of people, mainstream people, didn't seem to like that kind of movie. They prefer an easy, fun-going movie. Now and then because of that, sales drop. Studio caved into that sort of style, and that's sad. That's really sad. If a studio is gonna hire a director for their movie, let the director finish the movie. If the script is approved, storyboard, everything is done, let the director finish it, man. And not only finish in the sense that finish and release the movie. Don't just keep it on a shelf like the Snyder Cut is right now, sitting in there. For what? There's a rumor going on saying that Warner Brothers might come out with an announcement soon. Apparently someone called Warner Brothers, and they say that, just wait, something will be out soon. And I was like, okay, good or bad, we shall see. Fingers crossed. Let's hope it is good for us. Okay, I hope it would be sort of somehow they can rectify the whole timeline. Somehow it can be still on a big screen rather on a streaming service. Anyway, I'll talk about that on how I think that the movie, how they're going to tie back the Snyder Cut into the current DC EU. I will talk about that in another video. Anyway, that's my rant for today. I'm always ranting. As long as the Snyder Cut is not out, I'm gonna keep ranting. All right, that's how it's gonna be. If you like this video, click on the like button right now, and if you like what you see, please subscribe to my channel to see more. And if you have any comments, please leave some in the comment section below, and I'll see you in the next video, guys. Release the Snyder Cut.